It's time for Nixon and Agnew reviews! Brought to you by Charlington's Vampiric Chews, made with 100% real human gristle. If you crave blood and goo, this chew's for you. God damn, that's catchy. Oh, Godspeed, Patriots. 37th President of the United States, Dickie Nixon here, alongside the headless body of Agnew. Say hello, Agnew. Arr! No, I don't know how he speaks without a head either. But then again, there's a question of how do I pee without a body. I guess it's just two of life's mysteries. But it seems mighty appropriate for Halloween, doesn't it? Our natural appearance saves a fortune on costumes. And candy because the kids all run away in fear before we can hand them out. Although it's not a good thing for Agnew's waistline. Anyway, we ain't got time to sit around and filibuster all day like them dopes in the Senate. What are we watching today, Agnew? What? A book? No! You know I have severe dyslexia and can't read, goddammit. Just like that Zoolander fella and that young bog guy on CNN. Nar! What's that? You're sick of the constant copyright strikes and want to do at least one video that isn't instantly blocked on the YouTubes? Fine. Let's give in to fascist tube and compromise our creative integrity so that we have at least some chance of making those sweet, sweet greens. Just like the entirety of our presidential administration back in the day. Well, how big is this book? I don't want to spend hours moving my eyeballs from left to right for over 1,000 pages. If I wanted to do that, I'd sit down and read Congress's latest $1 trillion spending bill. Arrgh! Audiobook. What the heck is that? Surely that's a contradiction in terms. An oxymoron, if you will. Yes, exactly like the phrase President Biden. Emphasis on the moron. Arrgh! Oh, you're going to read it to me? Well, that makes sense. What's the book called, Agnew? Is it a super sexy saucy book? An erotic fiction, maybe, that just so happens to be terribly written but somehow a bestseller, like 50 Shades of Grey or Hard Choices by Hillary Clinton. I am legend, eh? Sounds highly arrogant and egotistic. It's perfect, let's go!
5 hours later.
Oh my God, Agnew. That was the best story about class privilege I've ever heard. A bunch of poor starving people surviving on scraps of rats and blood and who can only come out at night trying to smoke out the rich guy from his fancy house. I mean, this cis-white fellow with blonde hair and blue eyes hoarding all the resources, and then having the cheek to play Chopin music for hours on end whilst rubbing his wealth and status in their faces all night long. It's like Hitler's wet dream. I'm so glad they eventually outsmarted his ass and held this Nazi white supremacist to account. What? Vampires, you say? Huh. Now the whole Garlic thing makes sense. I just thought they were Mexican. But what about the part where he lusted after that near-dead woman and then she got instantly cremated after he stabbed her with his pointy wood? You're telling me that's part of the vampirism thing too? I thought that was what you're supposed to do with hookers. Oh my God. This recontextualizes the whole story. And my whole life choices. I mean, I must have slain so many vampires in my time if that's the case. Anyway, I like the style of this Robert Neville character, Agnew. The way he just took shit he wanted and then went around executing foes. Reminds me of the good old days of the British Empire, and also all the Bilderberg parties. before they went all woke and we had to start using the pronouns of the sex slaves we were given for the weekend. Honestly, having to remember to call your gimp Z/Zer whilst your balls deep in him/her was very off-putting, Agnew. Arr! Oh, what's that? You like the part where after months and months of painful isolation, the character comes across a stray dog and spends weeks upon weeks gaining its trust only for it to die of disease a few days after they bond? Me too. It's just like how we used to break people's minds in the MK Ultra experiments of the 70s. Only with less natural canine deaths and with more highly intentional pet rabbit murder. Once subjects considered them their only friend in the world, of course. Good times. Arr! I know, human rights do ruin everything. But anyway, that whole scenario was a great example of dramatic irony on the author's part. You know, this writer's alright. What other books has he done, Agnew? Look up Richard Matheson on the Google thing. Arr! The Shrinking Man, eh? Oh, I've never read a book about guys training to be therapists before. Put that one on the list, boy. Arr! Arr, arr, arr. Yes, the writing was very good, especially the cliffhangers. The part where the watch stopped at the end of chapter 4 was riveting. Arr! Ah, yes, great writing. I like the attention to scientific detail too, Agnew. Like the whole body glue thing, making the vampire creatures essentially bulletproof. I can't believe we spent billions of the military black budget on Kevlar skin experiments, when we could have just had a gaggle of guys spunk on a few soldiers. Arr! Arr! Wait, that's not what he means by body glue? Well, how am I supposed to know that, damn it? This book is so confusing. In my day, we just got on with things anyhow. It's like Mom and Nixon always used to say, if you can move it, Dickie, it ain't broken. Arr! I liked that the author gave the protagonist a fiendish foe. That Ben Cortman geezer was so unlikable, constantly taunting Neville from outside his windows when the poor guy was just trying to enjoy his fine dining experience and get some sleep before going to kill all these people again in the morning. And to think, after all that searching throughout the book, his enemy was hiding in the chimney of the house across the street the whole time. Oh, this guy's cunning knows no bounds. Or maybe he just worked as a mall Santa before the outbreak. Yar! Exactly. I like the part where the author basically described this Cortman feller as a fat Oliver Hardy-looking clown. Calling Brian Stelter. What the heck? Agnew, why is my phone listening to me? You gotta change the settings, man. I can't believe these Silicon Valley twerps have the audacity to bug 37th President Richard Nixon and think they can get away with it. Well, I'll teach them. Agnew, cancel my Facebook and Twit accounts. Let's see how well your stock does when a president is no longer on your platform. What's that? That Trump guy beat me to it and the stock completely rebounded? God diggity damn it! Whatever. Let's just move to that Instagram-y thing so we can get away from the censorious influence and control of big tech and fascist CEOs. Now back to this vampire storybook. Wait, how is this virus thing spread again? Bacteria-bearing mosquitoes, eh? Sounds like a band I saw at Woodstock 69. Wait, bacteria-bearing mosquitoes, you say? God damn, Agnew! We gotta go round up each and every mosquito and inspect it for this vampiric disease. We gotta confine every citizen in their home for public health reasons, until we're sure that every single muzzy fuck is clean and on the up and up. There's nothing else for it. We face a pandemic of biblical proportions, damn it. I don't care if we're already in a pandemic, Agnew. This pandemic will be even worse. Luckily, the people will believe us because we're politicians and they trust us implicitly. Because they've just spent the last 18 months being told the straight-up consistent truth from the world's centralized and most respected authoritative expert organizations, keeping them informed with honest and consistent updates. We're facing a total end of human civilization, Agnew. Just like with the whole climate change thing. But this time it's really happening. Of course they'll believe us, man. The people have never been lied to about that, right? Why would they start doubting us now? This pandemic of vampiric bacteria-bearing mosquitoes is a danger to us all. Oh, once they see videos of people turning into vampires in the streets and government agents welding citizens into their homes for their own safety, they'll understand implicitly how serious this all is. I'm sure they won't even need to be told to wear a mask to prevent the spread of the vampy spores, even if they're asymptomatic and don't immediately change into a rabid, grotesque, undead creature in the middle of the street. You can still look dead but not be dead. I mean, just look at Cher. Arr! No, Agnew. There's no time. We have to get on TV and warn people. Otherwise we'll all end up like this Robert Neville fella, eating steak and lamb alone in our warm and cozy house, hoarding all the resources and going wherever you want to during the day with ultimate freedom. Wait, what was the issue again? Arr! Oh, right, the vampire uprising of America. It's okay, Agnew. I'll go on the most trusted news network in the nation and inform the people accordingly. Arr! What? No, of course they won't. It would be madness to doubt a politician on Fox News. We work on behalf of the people for the people. We're totally straight, damn it, and only divert a quarter of their hard-earned taxes to fund gender study programs in Pakistan. Even the brownies have a right to be a gender in those shithole countries. Arr! 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 Oh, what's that? The pandemic is over on account of it being fictional and everything I just said was one giant misunderstanding? My God, I'm good. Why did I ever resign office, Agnew? Oh, because of that unfortunate Watergate thing where I bugged the offices of my political opponents? Well, how else was I supposed to know what the other side is up to? I can't plan a campaign if I don't know what their strategy is, damn it. Whatever. What did you think of the finale? I have to admit I didn't see it coming. I thought he was going to team up with the redhead broad and go full Buffy the Vampire Slayer on their undead asses. But instead he just popped some pills, called himself a legend, and waiting to die. Oh, what an anticlimactic cock of an ending. Arr! Whatever. I give this book 8.6 wooden stakes out of 10. I really enjoyed it, even if I had no idea what was going on, and everything I liked about it was merely headcanon. But I especially liked the part where he wouldn't give the lift to the guy who just wanted to take the body of his ex-lover to the dump. Man, this story was so relatable. And at the end of the day, this would have got a 9 for me, but it needed more floozies. This book was a total sausage party. The only women in it were either dead or a haunted memory, and if I wanted to go through all that again, I would have gone on another bar crawl with Ted Bundy. 8.7 out of 10, eh? Oh, let me guess. You liked the part where the infected woman pretended to be clean of STIs and grew close to Neville, only for it to be revealed that she was a secret dirty vampire spy all along. Arr! Oh, because you appreciated the mastery of tone and imagery in a genre that's long treated the vampire mythos with glaring disrespect. I concur. At least none of these fuckers sparkled. Well, it's getting late, Agnew. We should turn in for the night. Just, make sure you hang some garlic cloves above our headboard tonight. You never know what foul creatures of the night might try to sneak in and suck our blood to stay forever young. Calling Nancy Pelosi. What? No! You gotta fix this thing, Agnew. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, get out of my head, damn it.